Hey there, Internet. This is Anarchy in the 603, and we've got another postcard from your friendly neighborhood anarchist. Uh, in the light of the recent ABC settlement, I wanted to talk about media. Um, we've been living in times of unprecedented interference in our media from foreign agencies. We are tied into social media constantly. We've got a 24-hour news cycle that's been uh, only growing since the 1990s, and a massive spread in alternative media sources online. And I think it's important to review a few things that we may forget when we are out here uh, looking at our media landscape. I apologize for our low to no quality videos getting even lesser quality than usual. There's a bit of a breeze out here, but it's a beautiful day today. And I wanted to sit outside of the greenhouse for the first time in a couple of days now that the weather's cleared. But anyway, back to the point. So, we often lose sight of the fact that when it comes to anything, if they're handing it to you for free, you are the product. Either via social media, where every click, every like, every interaction, how long you spend on a video before you click away, what do you share, what advertisements do you click on, everything, every little bit of minutia about us that they can catalog. They are not only to tweak their algorithms more, but also to sell your information to other companies. We all know this. But one thing that we tend to forget, because our minds seem to be so one track these days, is not only are you the product, but you are also the entity to which things are being sold. And when it comes to mass media, especially, the money dictates that message. And that goes for any mass media, like talking heads on social media, on podcasts, on CNN, on Fox News, all of that. They have a business model. And everyone knows that outrage drives engagement. Well, their whole business model is predicated on us hating each other. Absolutely hating each other. Because we've got a two-party system, right? Well, two parties naturally have to at least present the smokescreen of being in opposition to one another. And in a sense, they largely are. But only insofar as there are different organizations with different monetary interests that are paying different sides to push different agendas. Like, we ourselves are the ones that ultimately are getting bought and sold. They are selling you a message in order to get you to stick around, and they are selling you, as in literally selling your data and selling your information, and looking at you as basically you're just another set of numbers here. Ultimately, the more that you feed in to the anger, the more that you look at stories without thinking, what is their angle that they're trying to push? the less objective that you are. And I know that it's hard to maintain objectivity when everything seems so urgent right now. But you still have to sit and think, what are they trying to push? What are they trying to sell on you? And what are they trying to sell you for? Follow the money, follow the message, and ultimately you'll see that a lot of what it comes down to is just divisiveness for the sake of divisiveness. When you look underneath it all, it's mostly just smoke screens to keep us from paying the real attention to who's controlling. We have so much more in common with each other, okay? So much more in common with each other. Like, I live with a Trump supporter, my own husband, okay? And I am an anarchist. But we have so much more in common with each other than we do differently. Oh, here comes that wind again. I have more in common with any of my neighbors, regardless of what political views they have, or any, regardless of their physical ability or lack thereof, regardless of anything, than I do with any of those assholes in power, whether that's in Washington or whether that's in society. We all do. The gap between the top 1% earners in this country and the rest of us, like the lowest income you have to be in the 1% is $700,000 a year. How many people do you know make $700,000 a year? Like, think about it. We have so much more in common with one another than we do with them. Find out what your neighbor's grievances are. I bet you they're going to be the same as yours. We are just going about fighting our grievances the wrong way and rationalizing what we're doing about our grievances. Not the wrong way, a different way. We just think the other guy is doing it the wrong way. Thing is, we are all just doing things the best that we know how. And the more that we can find solidarity with one another, the faster we can find a better way of doing things and push for change. Anyway, this is about as long as any of y'all can stand hearing me yap, so I'm out.